Hello everyone and welcome back to the High Life DLC. Once again we are looking at the new world. I've just now built the River of Stars colony where we have basically our whole new farms crawling around. We still have Playa del Carmen that probably needs an increase of something, right? So Playa del Carmen, as we can see, is having lots and lots of fish oil, of fried plantain, of ponchos, and we do need to get this one over to Rio Grande. In Rio Grande we have already our obreros, but the population is rather low right now and we do need it for the cigar factories and our cotton. Pretty important for the cotton. So I do have still 2 cargo ships available here. So what I would like to have is a new trade route from Playa del Carmen to Rio Grande, and it's basically really just transporting those 2 goods back and forth all day long. Should be fun for it. It's going to be, of course, way too much, but I hope that it's getting full then in Rio Grande as well, thus no longer being needed over there. The barnacle can do this job and off it goes. We still have then Griffin, another cargo ship that is going to be used for the new products that we soon have in River of Stars, and we also don't have enough timber, so let's just go ahead and get us some timber from Maribo. There is already Sharp Gust waiting, so we can fill it up there once again with some resources, get it down here to River of Stars as well. Let's also just check. Yes, Jackpot Isabel is selling us a cargo ship. She's also selling a battle cruiser, so why not just go ahead and do this one? That might just be fine. Oh, another Pope. That is something I always like, Pope Lucius that we get. And the church, that's pretty cool. So if you have the Pope, residents with the church need fulfilled are provided with rum. So he likes rum quite a lot. I do need to reinforce my plantain production there just a tiny bit, because after all, also now we are getting some plantain over there to Rio Grande. And in Rio Grande, we have no plantain in again, so I'm hoping, yes, that the workforce problem is solved. Thus, we have a good production again in this area. The wood marquetry is still a bit missing there, but other than that, it should be fine. I also need to reinforce my cigar and wood veneer trade route. So another ship that we just bought is being added to the whole this. It's still insane how many things we need to do really just to get the next production on the way. River of Stars now has some building materials again, and there's also some more timber coming in. So let's go ahead and upgrade the first people here to obreros. Beautiful juicy obreros. Colony status has been reached in River of Stars. I'm doing the same thing on the other side, just so that we can create a beautiful, smaller downtown area. They, of course, want a boxing arena, so I might just go ahead and probably going to have 2 boxing arenas now that I think about it. One we could have just here, to the clay deposit there. This makes sense. And then I'm probably just going to have another one over there, a bit further away. And we also should be having some paved roads to further extend the reach, of course, of these boxing arenas. Like so. Fantastic. And River of Stars is looking quite civilized already. It's just 5 minutes old, right? So it's not even that old, but still, it's coming along splendidly, I should say. We still have a bit of more space over here, so I would like to get a few more jornaleros. We just lost a lot of jornaleros, right, with the obreros. So there we get the next ones. We do need to keep a track there on my workforce. 1,000 obreros is not enough yet. We do need more. We do need more. So let's just upgrade those bunches there as well. And I'm probably going to use... I'm going to use my battle cruisers there for some timber transportation. Also here. That is something we don't have that much yet in River of Stars. We do have 3 clay deposits. Oh, and 1 gold deposit. I didn't even notice that. We do have 2 gold deposits there. Gold is so important. So I'm going to use this gold mine over there right then. Just blueprinting it for now. And then the other one that we have over there, far away on the other side. Let's connect it. And let's go ahead and have us the gold mine here as well. Though the gold mine does require 100 obreros, so I'm not going to squeeze in too many there, so 2 is fine. And then for the clay deposit, we have this one. So let's just go ahead, have the clay pit. And then I'm probably just going to squeeze in some 2 odd brick factories in this area. Let's connect it. And we're done for in this area as well with those buildings there. 1 more ton. Give me that 1 more ton. Thank you very much. Perfect. So there's the clay production now up and running. Alrighty, it's time. River of Stars has the workforce that I think is comfortable to start our first next high quality product, and that is the ethanol. Now for ethanol, we do need a bit of space, a bit further away, perhaps just over here for the corn. Now let's have some corn. Let's just have a look at the ethanol there again, right? So we do need a lumberjack hut and the corn for that. So lumberjack huts, we could have a couple of them here with the oil springs that we have there. Let's make this one a double road just in case we do need a triple road, just in case we do need, we're going to exploit them here and having a train then going to the ocean, to the docks, right? And then I'm going to have my corn farms basically in this whole area, and corn farms do need a lot of space, right? So that might take a while here now, filling up all of that, because it's basically a lot of space they want. Alright, there we have them, corn plantations and the lumberjack huts, and then we only need these chemical plants for the ethanol. They're producing rather quickly, so we should be careful about how we want here, right? So the corn farm is producing every minute, the ethanol needs every 30 seconds, and my intention is to have 3 of them for now. Let's just go ahead and get us cracking with another fire station just over there, just to be sure, absolutely, that we have everything in store here, and then we can have the first 3. And we probably will just build them here, right? Let's just make them look right, like so. And another warehouse then on that side. Then we got the first ones, and we probably will just have a couple of more than here if we ever need them. I'm not so sure about that, but we have the space reserved. And for this whole area, we still have even more space for more factories or a harbor area that we might need. And the celluloid, don't forget about the celluloid. Chemical plants here as well, though they do need a couple more resources. Meanwhile, a massive explosion happened in the middle of Crown Falls, and look at that, it's spreading to the worker district over there, and it basically took part of my whole industry sector there. No idea how something like this can happen nowadays, yet it happened. By the way, there we have some space for another factory. Yes, I am that greedy, so let's put it there. And just for the safety of it, let's also have another fire station then here. We should really not save up on these fire stations. Having 3 there. Those workers, they do need a fire station as well, so let's give him one here. And that's it though, right? And then we can hopefully rebuild all of that. So let's go ahead and do this. Can I not? Yes, I can. Perfect. Very important that we don't overlook something like that. Speaking about overlooking, we lack an iron mine. I think we lost quite a few buildings then, Crown Falls. Whatever. Right, it's done for now again. Now let me just check the skyscrapers there. I think, yep, the chocolate is down again, so this is always a bit fluctuating. So that's the good thing, we have now a massive island for the chocolate production. And then there's the typewriter still. And of course, now the ethanol that we do need. So typewriters would be also, because there's only one more tier, right? One more tier, and then we are at tier 5 with the investors. So I want to really push this hard. So we have now here the lacquer that we need. And we do have for the typewriter. Let's just check the typewriter there. Oh boy, lacquer, right? So we do need that here above all. And that's ethanol that we're producing, and then the orchard resin and other things. So that's all done in the new world, really. That's why it's important to stay active here. We can have these orchards, by the way, for the resin over here as well. I hope we can find it. There's only camphor wax. Camphor wax? Camphor wax? Cinnamon. Let's continue upgrading also my River of Stars with all these new productions that we need. We do need more people, of course. And with that, of course, what we also will need is more production. It's a nice cycle, isn't it? Let's just add those people there. I'm pretty sure that by now we are running low then on our fried plantains. So let's have another 2 fish oil factories together with the plantain. 2 more of them. And 2 more kitchens over there. Let's also upgrade one of these warehouses. And we do the same thing, 2 more for the ponchos here and here. Right, so those productions are being a bit reinforced. Timber is still fine. And for the resin, we're going to need a bit of space in the old world. Where though? Heavenly Gate has plenty of space still over here. where I'm probably not going to add anything because we have the sheep farms here and we're pretty full on the workload anyway, right? So that might be something that we can just finish then here. Let me just do that. So there we can have some more orchards. Let's go ahead and build us the resin orchards in Heavenly Gate. We can only build them really here for the lacquer, right? So that's them. They have a lot of space requirements though, as we can see. So I might just try and squeeze in a couple of them, right? So over here, 92% is fine for me. As you know, there we have 100% once again. And then I can definitely squeeze in some 2 more just here with just about 100. Perfect. There we have them. Let's just give them a proper connection to the warehouses. There we have it. There we have it. This one has it. Perfect. All of them have it. Resin is coming now in. Sounds a bit dangerous there. Resin. And for that, we still need a new trade route. Gosh, another trade route. The problem with that is I probably will have to increase the capacity on my harbor because it's not going to... We're not going to be able to have that much anymore here. Or that much space. New trade route, Heavenly Gate to Crown Falls. And this one goes with the resin. There it is. Resin, resin, resin. Let's make it 200 tons. It's definitely not going to be that much. It's still fine. And Razor Clam, our latest cargo ship, is going to play for that. Off you go. Little cargo ship.
Hold the crane.
As it is leaving our Crown Falls city. Alright, the resin is on the way now to Crown Falls. That still leaves us with the ethanol that we need to produce now. Workforce-wise, River of Stars, we have... Yeah, we can still upgrade a few more here in the downtown area, more or less, right? So on both sides there, of course. Perhaps those guys there. 1,000. Yes, let's add a few more here. So this city is coming along nicely. A quaint colony at this point. Do we have the timber? I will probably need another go of timber. Lucky our battle cruisers. The Wobbly Goblet is waiting, and Morning Dew is also getting us some additional timber to River of Stars to speed it up a bit. And then we can have basically now our first corn plantations. So I'm going ahead and having 3 and 3, so 6 of them. It's a resource that hasn't been used in the past that often, right? There we have that. Then I will also need only 2 more lumberjack huts, so we can basically go ahead and get one here and here. Starting to produce the logs for us now. And then we can have the ethanol chemical plant. Boy, that needs a lot of timber though. So I'm going to wait for that. What we should do in Crown Falls in the meantime is, having more engineer skyscrapers, right? Because we still have a couple of blocks here available that I would like to go. We have lots of elevators at this point. So I reckon we could have just a couple of them here and here, and also upgrading them to some higher levels then, right? So more skyscrapers for the engineers. They just look very, very cool, I think. For the next tier though, we do need then... What? The furniture store. Yes, that's missing for a lot of things. So I'm working on that really hard already with the lacquer that we can then have. By the way, for that, we do need a bit more sand, I guess. So sand is something that I could probably get over here. We're full on sand, so we might just wait on that. Now, since we're producing now in River of Stars a lot of ponchos and fried plantains, let's just check how much it is in total. +4 and... +5, right? What we could do here is, actually, we could have a smaller ship. Do we have a monitor? Yes, as the coincidence likes this, we have a smaller monitor here. I like them a lot because they're fast. And this ship here, Castilla, is going to transport now ponchos and fried plantain to Western Frontier, because there we have our coffee production and we do need to make up for the loss of commute peers somehow. And we're doing that by adding ponchos and fried plantains. So there's another trade route coming up. That is then working. For that, however, we do, of course, still need to ramp up our production. So I'm going ahead and build the remaining 2 fish oil factories, remaining 2 fried plantains, and remaining 2 kitchens that we have over there. Alright, but thanks to having enough resources, now let's build our chemical plants here. So 3 of them, and boom, boy, that's costing me a lot. Let's have those warehouses and a fire station as well. And yes, we have the ethanol production finally on the way. So there it is. Ethanol and resin is now being produced. And with that we have another very important resource. By the way, also another thing that we need is the camphor wax. For that I should keep some space. That is not so hard, of course, as we can see. Even though it might be hard because we do need still some chocolate there as well. Chocolates, that's important. But for now, that's fine. So they're getting now the resources. Unfortunately, they're getting it now from there because this warehouse wasn't built when I built them. That's a bit of a mistake there on my part, but it's only a temporary problem. Those are up and running. So let's get us a new trade route once again from River of Stars to Crown Falls. Look at that beautiful road of ships here between the New World and Crown Falls. And we're going to add now another, well, ship to that. And that's going to be the ethanol. There it is. A lot of it, as always. And I'm going to add all of that. And we do have a ship ready already waiting. Griffin. Oops, not the airship. Griffin. And in the old world, Farah or Mirabelle, which is waiting in Crown Falls. So they're both starting now on different areas, right? So that makes sure they're being spread a bit. Production is up and running now. We have almost 100% efficiency. Boosting that is not going to do it, so we're just probably going to spam a few more of these buildings than if we need it. Let's get back to Crown Falls, because in Crown Falls we still need the factories for this very, very big production. There we have it now, the celluloid. So the... Wait a second, it's not the celluloid actually, it's the lacquer, right? Because the resin is coming in, the ethanol is coming in soon, sand we have, and then we have the chemical plant lacquer improved by electricity. So once again, another multi-factory. We do have a couple of them here already, the assembly lines we have. And then probably getting rid of those 2 blueprints there. And we're probably just squeezing in then the ethanol and the lacquer production over here. So there we can have one in blueprint for now. And then we probably, hopefully, yep, can squeeze in another one just fine here. On that side. And I'm going ahead and I'm going to build one for now. Because I don't know how high consumption and production is for these products there. But lacquer is going to be very important. Now with the lacquer chemical plant, let's just have a closer look at that. And it's a new building after all. I might just have us a nice little road then here. And with that, with lacquer coming in here in the center, the last resource for my vanity screens should be coming in. And with that, we should then also have finished that mission here. Not only that, but also the furniture is then fulfilled here for my happy investors. And that's the last one that we need to upgrade to level 5. And that was a lot of work just for that level 5 investor. In order to have that, we needed all of that pre-work to be done. Now chocolate is not quite stable. I would like to have chocolate stable though before I upgrade. My goods are not so great here. Let me just check. Do we have something that is valuable? Shampoo we can actually trade out here. So shampoo might be something of value that I could try. Let's try shampoo. And let's try to get some chocolate in with that. It's 1-to-1. How great is that? Let's take some 300 shampoo for a bit of chocolate. And then, of course, we have this whole chocolate business in the New World. Another cargo ship come out. We are being blessed today. Let's get this one to the New World there right away. And another cargo ship has been built in Crown Falls. Let's also get this to the New World right away. Because we're going to need that now for another thing. Because now the first product, of course, is going fine now, the lacquer. But we still have another thing going, right? And that is the camphor wax that we need for the celluloid, right? For celluloid, that is something that we do need then for one of our productions there. And also for one of our goods that we still need to produce. So quite a lot of things really still missing. And this is only New World stuff. And the camphor wax orchard is something that can only be done in the New World. Plus, we do need space for the chocolates. So we need to be a bit space efficient here. The city of River of Stars is probably ending here. Let's just plan this one out. And that means that I can have my orchards in this area. It's also ending then most likely here. Oh, even though I think this is still too big, but we'll see. So I can have some more of my chocolate now here. And we probably should be doing that, right? So for the chocolate, to make this one work, I do need something else still, and that is sugar. So let's go ahead and get us some timber, because we're having sugar cane in Quilming. Quite a lot of that, more than we do need, right? Way more than we need. So I would like to get that sugar over to River of Stars, where we're going to have then our production for that. So let's get the timber also to River of Stars, because I'm going to need a lot of timber there. And it's going to be then on our trade route as well. And then we have the cocoa plantation. Boy, do we need a lot of them now. Let's have one here. 1 minute it's producing. I'm not going to need, of course, the chocolate production now for the whole of Crown Falls. That would be crazy. But a bit of it, because we're getting a lot of that production in with the Docklands, right? And the good thing is chocolate plantations don't need that much space. We can basically have a couple of them just here. Right, so up to this point it ends them probably. There we have that, and then I have my chocolate factories. We might actually, yep, have them here, because this is kind of like a factory district then at the end of the city. Let's have a double road here and a double road here. Get rid of this one there. We need to make this the clean way. Here. We can remove them with some research them if we need to. And here, then I can have some of those chocolate factories. Let's have 4 for now. Oh, and we have finished the vanity screen.
How divisive our marketing campaign was once the numbers are in. I'll be sure to pass them along, but so you know,
we have finished the next step, righto. So for our investors. And now the typewriter would be my next good then. And I think for the engineers, yes, the engineers now have everything, so we can upgrade our engineers then to tier 3.
I reckon I could make you cry like a wee bear.
Fine so far. Stay tuned. Now the survey, no bad press. We have a scandal at hand. Let's just have a look at that. A vandal is tagging the vanity screen posters around the city with a red and white logo of a falling man. Mr. Beta will not have his property defaced and has tasked you with apprehending the criminal. Alright, and right here we do have this guy. And click on him. A fellow with red and white paint. Will you say? Yeah, I saw one. Heading down the docks. He had a proper mustache too. Hunt. Oh, alright. Clues may be found at the harbor. Let's just have a look at that. Over here, there might be something. I mean, I have 2 harbors, so more than I could handle most likely. It's not here. There it is. There's something. Lying on top of the crates is a bundle of clothes. Among them, you find a sizable fake mustache and a brown wig and a long blue dress. Right? And we need to continue. Find someone that you could identify with these clothes. Ah, there's someone. Let's click on them. Oh, that was the Belle of Epoch. That is another quest that we have. I want that one here, though. Ah, we have been led to a false trace here, unfortunately. There they are. Someone with a mustache. You'll need to be more specific. See, I saw a red-haired woman with a little ear earlier wearing of a beautiful blue dress. I wish I had one like it. Now that I can recall, she was feeding the birds.
Was the proverbial bad publicity we needed to top out our sales.
Alright, so I did not find whoever was feeding the birds.
The vanity screen with the red and white logo is the talk of the town. Well, I've decided to follow their model. I've made that graffito our new brand logo.
Fine, he found a solution, of course.
Failed to catch him? No harm.
And we do get an item from that even. So affects all shopping arcades. Workforce needed minus 10% in attractiveness plus 25% for those buildings here. Alright, so that's one of the new items that we have there now. Wait, this guy never stops talking.
Takes a lot of work to look like this. Are you in the grooming, cosmetics and such?
Now, for the next production, the Typewriters, we basically have most of the stuff here, right? So we have the lacquer now that we're producing in Crown Falls. So let's just go ahead and check real quick how much of that we really have. A +3 per minute. So we can definitely go here with 15 seconds. That's probably, yeah, more than what? That's 4 per minute that this one here is consuming. So typewriters do need quite a lot. They also need electricity and they need a bit of space there once again. So where should I get my space from? We'll just see about that. Anyway, I could actually get rid of this perfume one there and hopefully can squeeze it in somewhere here. This should work. Yeah, there we can squeeze it in. Right, so let's just do it here. For the typewriters, it's a really fast production, so I hope that we just need one of these buildings. And we have everything else. We have the brass. Yep, we have the steel, though brass is rather low, so we might tip it here. And then we have the lacquer now. So let's build it. Let's build the typewriter factory. It does consume some workers there. We have the worker balance though. This huge production now, and we'll just see how much it really produces. While that happens, we have lots of elevators available again, so lots of room for upgrading. And as we can see, yep, also the engineers want to upgrade now, so let's give them the next tier that we can add them here. Beautiful. A few more, and then also a few more a few more skyscrapers then here in this area. And perhaps also towards the end over there. We could still go with a few more if I want to, and I could also upgrade a few more to the higher tiers. Like here and here. And yes, so it's all coming together. Perhaps also those guys there. I definitely don't want to have too many skyscrapers everywhere though, as they're pretty tall as we can see there right now. Now, because of that, yes, brass will take a hit. I should not forget about that production. So we have our brass over here all working nice and dandy. There's still a bit of a problem here. So there's still the ruin that we have, plus this one. Right, so let's get the next brass smelter up there. And let's just check our brass production. It's at 4 and with the potential of 2 more. So I think we will be fine with brass, even though if not, I will need to add a few more then. Right, we still have those 3 up here as well. And then we have, of course, copper and zinc. It's fine, so I could still get us... Let's have 2 more of these brass smelters there. Workforce is fine. So I'm going to add some 2 more. And we're just finishing also here that main road there once again. So this is growing there just fine. And with that, what do they want? Typewriters is coming in already. Let's just check how much we have here in production now. For the typewriters, a +4 as expected. We're basically not consuming any of that, really. The chewing gum is not working at the moment, as we can see, so there's something wrong with it. But yet, I like that we have the typewriter. Where's my jolly investors? There they have it, typewriter. The billiard table would be the next one, so I still need to upgrade some of those investors to the higher level to unlock that. Right, we do need 15 level 4 skyscrapers. I have 7 at the moment. And we get the drugstore as the next shopping arcade right away. There's so much to be unlocked. There's so much stuff, it's incredible. And yeah, new buildings are popping up here all the time that I haven't seen before. Alright, but there's still now something else here. That's the celluloids, right? With the camphor wax. So I think it's a good idea to go back now to the River of Stars again. We still have, after all, our little production here now running, hopefully. Just check it. One of them has the timber. There it is. We can now build the chocolate production. We have enough chocolate, but I would have liked to have more. And for that, we still need the sugar refinery then from Quilming. Nope. We're going to have the sugar refinery also here in River of Stars. Reason for that is in Quilming, I don't have the workforce for it. Right? So, if I want to have 4 of them, I do need 8 cocoa plantations and I do need 4 sugar refineries. And I'm also adding a fire station to this area. And then basically we can build 8 of them. There we have them. And then we have the 4 chocolate factories. We have the 4 sugar refineries. And boom, a new production is up and running. The operators took a hit there. So I could also now go ahead and just get us a few more. Because we still need a few more of them, of course, in our city. Very good. What we still need now is I can now unload the remaining timber, almost all of it. And we have the snapping turtle as a new trade route here. And the snapping turtle is going from Quilming to River of Stars. It's going to take sugarcane. Wait a second. Do we have a money? Ah, there we have a new cargo ship. How good is that? Guillemot. So Guillemot is now on the new trade route here. And this is going from Quilming to River of Stars with the sugarcane. Thanks for the gift there, N. And there we have the ship. Very important. So we get the sugar now over. I do have the sugarcane fertility here, but I don't want to waste that space, right? We might need that. And I do have the surplus production here anyway. So it's fine to have another additional trade route. We need more space though for later. That is one thing. And the other one is now another additional, or my first one actually, chocolate route from River of Stars to Crown Falls. And this is now finally chocolate. So another product is finished with that. And snapping turtle. You can go on this trade route there. And of course, we should not forget to sort them also a bit here. What belongs to the new world should be going to the new world. So my ethanol here as well. That is something. This one we can leave empty for now.
How thrilling! A renowned
Oh,
personage
Admiral
has
Haynes,
arrived.
beholder of far horizons. For the ship. That is Africa here. Oh, I don't even have a group for that yet. So that's fine. There's sugarcane, so that's new world. Always group your trade routes.